Okay, so something a little bit different this morning. Rather than dealing with all that mess at the back, I thought I would do a test fit of a new brake setup. So this is what comes standard on the 2.2s. These are about a 284mm diameter disc and stock calipers. So what I've got to try is this. Wow, Brembo. So we've got VXR discs. You can see just how much more beef we've got there with the VXR discs. And now these are the Brembo calipers from a stock Megane 225. So hence why it's got Renault written across the top there. And now I've been assured that these are pretty much straight bolt-on fit, so we're just going to find out if that's true or not. So I will check back in when I've got these removed, because the main aim is to double check that this all fits as it's supposed to, and that we get the alloys on that I'm initially hoping to use. And if I can't use them, I may need either a spacer or we'll go to 18-inch rims instead. So this is going to be fun. I'll be back in a minute. Step 1, disc calipers off. So we should be able to pick up these original caliper mounting holes and they should bolt straight on there. So let's find out. Now there's a plate which fits behind the disc which we're going to need to remove in the future, but that's fine. We're going to replace the whole hub anyway. So here we've got the 17-inch rim fitted, and I'm just showing you that it does catch on the caliper, which was kind of what we expected. And if we look in there, you'll see there's a gap between the wheel and the disc, so I think we need about a 10 to 15mm spacer. But the actual radial clearance to the rim is good, so yeah, real pleased with this. Well, it's lockdown, day 1. And in the Jackson house, Michael's painting his nuts. Okay, so I'm having an interesting time with this filler neck insert. I think it's fairly obvious that this isn't quite the right part. Maybe it's for a hatchback instead of the coupe. You can see this side the lip is flush, but we're not meeting the holes for the bracket which holds the flap. And this side again, now that I've cut this, I know I've cut this in half right there. Still, with this lip here, we're not lining up the holes. So, and also where I have cut it, if I push on this bit, it's not going in, whereas this bit will carry on going in. So there's almost a misalignment there, and I think it's probably to do with the fact that this is a coupe and not a hatch perhaps. But anyway, so my next plan then really, I think, is going to be to cut this piece so that all I've got left is this inner, a thicker inner lip basically, and that's just gonna again, that's just gonna give me a cover over what's behind there. You can see I've tried to rub down any excess material to try and get this in, and it just wasn't going all the way in. So I made the cut there to try and get it in, and it's gone in, but it's still not aligned. So plan is to just sort of cut a line around here basically, so that I'm left with the inner lip, and then that will bond in, still give me the strength that I need, and look reasonably presentable. Now I have made a start on rubbing down under here. As you can see, a bit of a mess still, but I've made a start on rubbing down under here, and as you can see here, this metal has obviously gone. So thankfully again, none of this is particularly structural. It does hold the bumper, 3 points here hold the bumper in, but again I can always manufacture some of my own brackets to catch them again. So I'm going to cut this back, see where the rot ends, and I may just you know, come up somewhere to meet this seam and just completely chop that bit out, because we don't want this spreading up whilst it's only in this location. So yeah, that was a quick update. I am officially working from home now with the isolation ongoing, and when I get some spare time to exercise, I come out here and do a bit on the car. So yeah, there you go. So I just wanted to show you this part. I chopped away this piece along the bottom. You can see that it was pretty nasty from the bottom, and I thought, well, I can see it's nasty inside there, so I thought it would be fairly safe to just cut up here, because I can replace that with a flat piece of steel. And if you look behind there, you can see just how nasty it is. If we didn't get in here and deal with this, eventually it's just going to spread up. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to get in here, try to see what's recoverable from that section. There's already a bit of rust coming up there. Hopefully it's not too deep. But yeah, we'll get this bit off. At least I can weld a flat piece in there to replace it. And I can make up my own brackets for the bumper. So yeah, that's where we're up to now. If I couldn't have got in here, then it would have just come back to haunt me. So that's why I've done that. You can see all the dirt and stuff that collects in here. Nasty. So yeah, a bit more progress. So here's the result of the cutout that I did in this back section, and then as good a wire brush as I could do inside there. So for now I'm just going to get this in the chassis paint to protect it from any further rust, and then I'll wait until sometime in the future when I've got the use of a welder and I've got some steel plate, and we shall weld in a plate just back along that section there. No worries. Now we're under the back of the car again, right at the very back. You can see that I've had a good old session in here, getting rid of all of this rubber seal that's underneath this spare wheel well. You can see what it does. It it just disintegrates into this rubbery powder stuff, and makes a hell of a mess. You can see what a mess it's made of the other section that I'd painted up. So I'm just going to brush this all down, but you can see that until you actually get underneath the rubber, you can't see all this rusty areas, so you really have to get through it and have a look. So I'm going to brush this off now, and then we'll get it in the chassis paint hopefully soon. So here I am using a roller just to get this first coat of chassis paint on, and you can see how quickly and easily this goes on with the roller. And you know, I'm not after getting every last little spot necessarily, just want to get a nice first coat on there, ready for another one tomorrow. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you how quick and easy this goes on. Not so easy with one hand, but it goes on nice and thick, and gonna give us some lasting protection hopefully. Just make sure we're getting a bit of overlap between what we did last time and this, and yeah, Going on lovely.